Hey guys, what's up? This is Kyrk bringing you a fun, close Wi-Fi UU battle with one of my teams I made on a random list generated just for fun against an opponent on the Pokemon Online ladder named Penguinmaster with his Sand team. I thought his name was kind of weird considering he lacked any penguin Pokemon on his team to control in the battle, but it's cool, I ain't hating. I really liked this match because the battle lacked any serious hacks, and it also gave me my first hands-on experience of how powerful Statland can be in the Sandstorm. So without further ado, let's get this battle started. So he leads off with the Hippopotas while I bring out my Hitmontop. I go for the Toxic so it can set some damage in on his Hippopotas later while he sets up the Stealth Rocks. I go for the Rapid Spin thinking he might switch, but instead, he stays in and goes for a Toxic of his own. So, I'm gonna switch into Victory Bell because it's going to totally wall Hippopotas. However, he switches out to Sigilyph, which can be an annoying Pokemon, especially the Cosmic Power sets. However, since Flame Orb didn't activate yet, I go for the Sleep Powder, which will cripple him throughout the entire battle, which is really good for me. So, no, he won't be able to do anything. He sends out Stoutland while I go for the Swords Dance on the switch. And I make a really bad misclick, and instead of going for the Sucker Punch, I go for the Leaf Blade. So he's able to take me out with a Choice Banded return, since I saw no Life Orb recoil. He switches out into Hitmontop while I go for the Swords Dance on my switch, but I forgot that Hitmontop is still there, so he won't be able to one-hit KO it. He goes for the close combat as I switches out to my Suicune to take that predicted close combat, which it takes really well since it's so very defensive. He switches out to Hippopotas while I set up a Calm Mind, and that's really good, and I guess Hippopotas is going to be death fodder. I go for the Surf and get the useless crit with +1 Surf, while he, I guess, attempts to set up a Stealth Rock or Toxic. He switches back out to Hitmontop. I go for another Calm Mind, while he goes for another Toxic, so that, yeah, it's fine by me because I know that I can use Rest and Sleep Talk to annoy the rest of his team. He switches into Bronzong to take a +2 Surf, which takes out a bit less than half of his health. Now, he has no leftovers recovery, so I'm guessing he's a dual screener with Light Clay. So I try taking him out with another Surf, but he lives barely with both minimums, so he can set up a Light Screen. However, I finish him off with Surf before he can get his Reflect up. Now, since my health is so low and Stoutland outspeeds me, he's going to French kill me with a return before I can rest off the damage, so that sucks. I go for the Cobalion. I get out Cobalion and go for the safe close combat, and as you can see, with an Intimidate up, it's not even going to take out a third of Hitmontop's health. So, knowing this it won't turn out so well, I want to switch out to Rotom Heat while he goes for close combat and takes out a bit more than half of Rotom's health. So he switches out into Sigilyph, I'm guessing to take a Trick or Overheat, but I just go for the safe Volt Switch and take out a bit more than a third of his health with the Light Screen up. I go into Houndoom and I just go for the safe Dark Pulse so that he could take him out with Light Screen up. However, he's going to switch out into Hitmontop to take it pretty well. And just in case he carries a Mach Punch, I switch out into Hitmontop on my own to take whatever he's going to hit me with. However, he gets a crit on his close combat, which doesn't really matter because Hitmontop already performed his job of getting rid of his hazards. So, attempting foddering out, I go for the close combat. However, he switches into Sigilyph to take the damage. So this is really good because I can use Hitmontop as death fodder later in the game, as it'll be really helpful. As you can see, he double switches into Hitmontop thinking that I'm gonna switch out into my Houndoom probably. However, I just go into my Rotom Heat, and I'm just going to go for another Volt Switch while he goes for the Sucker Punch. However, since I'm pretty bulky with health investment, I can live that and just go for that. I switch out of my Houndoom because I know he doesn't carry the Mach Punch anymore, so I can just hit whatever he has with Fire Blast. And I get the useless crit because even if he did live, even with the even with that light screen up, I still could have finished him off with a Dark Pulse. I switch out into Hitmontop to serve as fodder for Stoutland's return again, which helps me later. So I go into the close combat because nothing on his team will be able to take it. Now, he switches into Hitmontop, and as you can see, even with the Intimidate, I'll still be able to take it out. He goes out into his Stoutland again, and since I don't know his other 3 moves, I switch out into my Rotom just in case, and this turns out to be really good because he goes for the Fire Fang, which is like the best move for me to switch out into my Houndoom. He goes into his Omastar, and since I remember he has that on his team, I go for the Hidden Power Grasp, getting a crit that's definitely useless as it's timed for effective, and this secures my victory with a 1-0 victory because he'll be able to take me out with a return on Houndoom, but I can finish him off with close combat. And he does leave a little bit early before I actually finish Final Blow, but it's cool. So again, that's a great 1-0 victory. Great job, Mr. Penguinmaster. Maybe next time we fight again, you can use, I don't know, an Empoleon on your team. Not giving any specific advice, but whatevs. If you like this battle and want to see tutorials and other battles from players way better than me, subscribe to the Pokemon Online Simulator channel. Maybe even subscribe to my channel if you want to see some battles with random teams, usually in the UU tier in the future. So this is Kyrk saying peace out.